What's going on, everybody? So I just received the GoPro Hero 8 Black in the mail the other day, and the goal for today's mow is going to be to show off some of the features of this thing. I need to play around with it and get a little more familiar with it, so I'm going to use some of the settings like the different frame rates, this Hyper Smooth 2.0 that everybody's talking about, and just kind of see what kind of video I can put together mowing the Sweet Oak Hollow golf green here, and just have a little bit of fun with it. So I hope you enjoy. And I am not some kind of master at post-production or anything, so hopefully this will give some of you noobs like me an idea of what kind of stuff this can do without too much work on the back end. So if the video is terrible, you've been warned. So let's mow and use the GoPro on Sweet Oak Hollow. Okay, so hopefully that was at least a little bit enjoyable. I had fun messing around with all this. I was on 4K whenever I could be. When you're at 240 frames per second, it can only film at 1080p. You can't do 4K in that high of a frame rate. The time warp or time lapse is kind of cool. We'll see how that works out. A lot of times in post-production, we'll just speed it up on our own after filming at a normal rate. So that'll be kind of cool to see how it comes out of the GoPro. And the Hyper Smooth was turned on the entire time. I didn't turn that off. I don't see any reason to turn off the Hyper Smooth. I want it to be as smooth as possible. Also had it set up on a tripod for part of it, but we'll see what it looks like after the Hyper Smooth was turned on when it's connected to the mower, because that thing's vibrating like crazy. So it could look awful, but I don't know, we'll see. And pretty much everything else was just on auto mode, mostly just messing with the frame rates and the super view and the normal wide field view. So yeah, hopefully it was enjoyable. If you're curious, I'm cutting at 5/8 of an inch on the sissy ryegrass over here. The plan is to put down more seed today because, as you saw, and I think it was the last episode, the water came really heavy one time, the rain came really heavy one time and washed out a lot of the seed, or at least washed it into areas, so that's why you're seeing all those little bald spots. Gonna put down more seed today and fill those in, so this should look sweet after all that starts to grow. Stay tuned.